it's so vague and I don't have... Sorry, someone's car alarm just went off. Hello, I hope that you're having a lovely day. My day is going pretty good so far. It's my day off and I'm hoping to get some writing done today. Because if y'all remember last week, last week, I posted a video where in an attempt to control or get rid of my artist block and writer's block, I decided to make a whole new character for a whole new story based on me spinning a wheel, and whatever the wheel lands on, I have to add that trait or attribute to my character. And we came up with this character. She's a ice themed character with the gift of sight. Her name is Quinta and she has this sort of naturally ginger reddish colored hair, and I still haven't colored in her skin tone, but that's okay. She's not even human, so doesn't really matter. But that's where we're at with that. We have the character, and at the end of that video I said I was going to try and make a story out of her, and I have done that. I wanted to make something that I would enjoy reading, and also something that I think I, with the time that I have and the resources that I have, would be able to actually see through to the finish line and be able to actually publish it. But when it comes to writing it, I don't want to focus on the publishing part and the audience and readers, and if do they think that this is too cliche, or do they think that, like, would they think this is boring? Is this overplayed? I want to just write what I think would be the best version of the story, and then once I'm at that point, my goal is to be able to step back and say, okay, now if I were to read this book, would I like it? And that's the process that I want to do with this story. I have a name for it currently because I like to give all of my projects names as I start them, but I'm not going to say it yet in case it changes or in case I decide I don't like it anymore or like another name fits it better. I don't want to say anything too set in stone yet. Even as recent as last night, like I was laying in bed and I was like, I have this feeling of the story. I know what I want it to be, but it's so vague and I don't have... Sorry, someone's car alarm just went off. I don't have the details that I want or that I need to be able to make this a full fleshed out story. I have an antagonist and I really want to work with that character and make the antagonist not so one note like a lot of villains can be. So I'm excited to add some complexities to that character. I'm excited to add complexities to this character. I think that she has a lot of potential, and I think that I've made a pretty good protagonist. This is going to be a writing vlog. I have my laptop. I'm going to open up a document and I'm going to format my pages. I like to format my pages before I start writing because it's easier for me to visualize it. And it also gives me a more accurate word count, page count if I format it before I start writing, as opposed to writing it all down and then trying to go back and format it. That I don't like doing that. If you do that, that's okay. I could never. We're going to get started. I hope to at least be able to write maybe a chapter or two. Normally when I start a story, I like to get a physical notebook and write a bunch of like lore and stuff about the story in one book. Right now I have all the lore in my phone because I haven't been able to go out and buy a notebook yet. But once I do have the notebook, I think that it'll be a lot easier for me to process things and for me to write stuff down. Hopefully there's another edition of this series about this story and you'll see me planning it out in my notebook. Right now, it's all in my phone. That's enough. We're gonna get started writing. I'm really excited. I hope that you're excited. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so normally I find that I need a lot of information before I start writing, but I actually noticed that as I was writing this, it was actually a lot easier if I just sort of made it up as I went along, and I was able to get a bunch more writing out than I normally am able to with other projects. so I'm really happy about where this is going. Okay, so it's a little while later. I had to charge my phone and then I kept writing a little bit. I wrote about a chapter and a half, which is in line with my goal for today, so I feel accomplished. I probably could have written more, but my internet is acting up and I don't want to deal with it. I kind of just want to get more ideas down on paper, so I started writing out the hero's journey very vaguely, and I use like really vague words because I don't want to give you guys any spoilers, because this is a first draft. Like I said, like this is the first time I'm writing anything that has to do with this story. Like this is the rough draft, so there's a lot of things that are subject to change, so I don't want to show anything that might not end up actually being in the book. Here is a better look at the hero's journey page that I'm writing. It's just on like the back of this swatch page from when I was drawing that character. Like I said, I don't have my actual notebook yet, so I'm probably gonna either draw this again in better detail or just like cut it out and put it in the notebook that I do get for this story. But yeah, it's just the regular hero's journey. I want to add something in Act 2 that's like deviates from this structure, because obviously writing is creative and it's subjective and I don't have to follow this structure, but it was really helpful for me to like write things down and be like, okay, so once this point happens, which I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but once this point happens at Act 1, now I know that I should switch into Act 2 and I should get things moving a little bit, and I know where to go from there. So this has been really helpful. This is the beginning stages. We're at the very beginning right now, but I started writing out the hero's journey. I haven't gotten through all of it because obviously I don't know all the intricacies of the plot yet, but I started with it. It has 3 acts so far. I don't think I want it to follow like the typical hero's journey arc. I think that those things will happen, but I don't want it to be as linear as that. I want there to be more to it. I don't know how to explain it yet though, because I don't know what the details are, but that's what I'm thinking plot-wise. I would love to tell you guys more about this book and this story and about this world that I'm working on, and I definitely will once I have more things solidified. I think once I'm on like the second or third draft, I'll be able to tell you guys more. But right now, I don't want to say too much. Just know that she is ice themed, she has the gift of sight, and there are different species in this book that I've never written before and that I made up. So these are new species you've never seen before. That's what I can tell you so far. And it may or may not, I don't know yet, it may or may not take place in the same universe as the other books that I'm writing. So that's what I can say right now. I hope that you guys are finding this interesting. If not, that's okay. I'm finding it interesting. This is really like, this whole story has been playing in my head over and over, and it's been really good for me to keep my mind engaged and focus on something. So I like this. I'm having fun. I think this was a good idea. If you are having artist block or writer's block, do what I did in my last video. Just start spinning wheels, pick things at random, flip a coin, roll a dice. You know, I think I want to do another thing like this. Maybe not a whole book, but maybe designing a character based on like rolling a dice. I know some people on TikTok do stuff like that. I think that could be fun. I don't know, but that's pretty much where I'm going to leave off today. I will keep updating as I make progress with this story, and yeah, I hope that you're enjoying it. I hope that you're having a great day or night, and if not, it's okay. I love you. Okay, bye-bye.